I initially reanimated a handful of scenes from the original School Reflection film as a warm-up practice for creating the finalised animation, but while doing the test animation, I noticed that there was an inconsistency with the drawings done with the main lead character, with each sketch not truly resembling as to what came before it. So I decided to redraw and redesign the character to make him seem far more refined, and to create a model sheet for reference. The idea of representing this to what autism was by a diagram was first realised here. You can tell with the new design, there's far more less lumps for the main character's hair. This shot here, where we see the pen being scribbled out, I originally filmed the scribbling out portion with my camcorder on my computer monitor, then keyed out the greenness. The final animation was done by screen record. This PE scene, along with many other scenes, was simplified for the final animation, mainly due to a lack of time to include all those drawings in, but the scene still largely works without those sketches. One of my favourite animated shots that had to be left out from the original School Reflection film was a segment where the young autistic lad looks out on the playground, feeling left out, with everybody in their own little groups. The reason why it wasn't included in the new film, it was because I wanted to focus the relationship between the young lad and the school teachers. Design of all the extras was simplified as well, as just being a basic uniform shape, making it look like that the lad doesn't fit in this class system. Instead of all the colours being a shade of grey, I decided instead of the school being different shades of grey, it would instead be shades of brown to make it feel far more dirty and lived in, to make the boy stand out. Images and animation elements were recycled from the original test reel to mainly save on time, but the teachers that you see in this animation, they have a little bit more movement in order to keep the updated standards of the new movement and animation, as things in the test reel were a little bit more stilted than they are now. I really wanted to push the envelope of making the stressful scenes very dark and creepy. The test animation was the first time that I tried to redesign Mrs. Sugar's look to make her seem far more intimidating and scary, so I gave her messy hair and a seductive look. The animation for the ending was one of the very last things that I animated, so there's a lot of recycled animation borrowed from the test footage. You may also notice that the young lad is actually coloured in for once, unlike the rest of the film. The reason why I didn't retain this for the final film was because I felt like that the test design looked a bit too garish for my liking, and I couldn't think up of a solution that I was happy with, so I just left him grey, but hoped that the colourful backgrounds would have made up for it and the positive message.